Let's bring in Leyla Hannbeck from the National Pharmacy Association, who joins us from our central London studio. Leyla, good morning to you. Apart from anything else, isn't it, shifting all those antihistamines?
Yes, of course. I'm a hay fever sufferer myself, and I know how irritating hay fever can be. And around springtime and summertime, we tend to see many people walking into pharmacies with hay fever symptoms.
Yeah.
But fortunately, there are many treatments available, depending obviously on the symptoms and what the person prefers.
Yeah. In terms of efficacy, I mean, people have, their own beliefs on this. Take honey the year before, make sure it's local honey, use Vaseline up the nose, take antihistamines if you aren't made drowsy by them. What do you tend to favour?
Well, it depends on the symptoms, and for example, I tend to take antihistamine tablets because it helps against my itchy throat and my sneezing. But there are also other treatments available, such as, for example, nasal sprays containing steroids that will help better with congestions, and also decongestion sprays available as well that will help, unblock the nose and so on. So if you have, for example, itchy throat or itchy eyes, antihistamines can be very effective. But if you have congestion in your nose, then sprays tend to be better. Yeah.
We're suggesting today that the high temperatures might mean that people succumb to more hay fever. We've always got to put a downer on what is ostensibly a good news story, great weather, oh, there's got to be a problem, and the problem seems to be hay fever. Is there such an obvious link between temperature and hay fever? Because most people will say, hang on, this is quite late now in the hay fever season.
Well, it depends. I mean, it's always very good to check the news in terms of like the levels of pollen. You can then decide, when you can go out. And one thing that helps as well is that, when you go out, when you come back, make sure that, you wash your hair or you take a shower to get the pollen off you. And that tends to help with the symptoms as well.
Clearly, epidemiologists tell us that the number of people who have hay fever keeps on inexorably rising. And the person in our report there was saying that she didn't expect to get it at a fairly advanced age. People who are getting it are getting older.
Well, I think part of it is because of the fact that the population around urban areas is increasing, and also the pollution and the climate change. But obviously there are many studies out there, and I think there needs to be a bit more studies to make sure we understand a bit better what's happening.
I don't think there's a shortage of hay fever studies. I think we just don't know, actually. People say, don't they, nobody ever dies of hay fever. But actually, it can be a problem. There are studies showing, for instance, exam performance. Exams fall in the summer. If you're taking antihistamines, you can feel a bit doped up, or you may be sneezing your way through. I mean, it can reduce the quality of life.
Yes, and if it depends what sort of treatment helps you best, and it's very good to speak to your pharmacist, and they will be able to identify the right treatment for you and reduce your symptoms. Also, there are some lifestyle changes that you can do in terms of like reducing the symptoms. For example, eating healthy, being less stressed. It's also being shown that too much alcohol consumption can also increase the symptoms. So, all in all, there are treatments available, and also lifestyle changes.
Almost all of them involve having less fun.
Sorry, yeah, well, unfortunately. But yeah, you can control it.
OK, Leyla, nice to talk to you. Leyla Hannbeck from the National Pharmacy Association there. Thanks a lot.